Welcome to week 3 of the 3D Christmas collaboration hosted by Lesley Bromfield, and this week it's gingerbread. Shall we see how I got on? Well, it's Christmas in July and I'm making gingerbread for part 3 of the 3D Christmas in July collab hosted by Lesley Bromfield. I don't know whether I've ever made gingerbread. I'm sure I have, but I found this ultimate easy gingerbread on the BBC Good Food website, so we'll have a look and see. So I've gone ahead and prepped a few bits and pieces. So in here I have got 100 grams of dark brown sugar, soft brown sugar. It should be muscovado, but I couldn't get it. 100 grams of butter and 3 tablespoons of golden syrup, and they're just melting gently away, and just give it an occasional stir. I've got it on a moderate heat. You can see it's not too hot of a heat. And then I've got my dry ingredients in here. They just need a stir together. I've got 225 grams of plain flour, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, a tablespoon of ground ginger, although I've put a bit more in because I do like ginger, and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So I'm just going to stir this together to mix those ingredients up. Wait for this to melt. You need to set it aside to cool a little and then pour it into the dry mixture. So I'll come back in a moment. So this has taken about 5 minutes to fully melt on a very low heat, and the sugar has melted as well. Look at the lovely dark colour you get from the dark brown sugar, and the smell, oh, it smells really rich. So I'm just going to let this cool a little bit. Do be careful, particularly if you're working with children, because just left my gas on, I noticed, because obviously hot sugar is very, very dangerous. I've poured the sugar mixture in, and despite having left it for quite some time, it's still very hot. So I'm going to stir this together and come back for the next stage. That was really easy to stir together, and you can see that it's made a very soft dough and has left the sides of the bowl virtually clean. What I need to do now is get a piece of baking parchment and put this on to the baking parchment. Look how clean the bowl is. That's amazing. It's come out very easily. I have to say, this does seem a very easy recipe so far. It says to put it on the baking parchment and put another piece on top. It is still warm, so if you are working with young children, as an adult, you might want to do this bit yourself. It is still very warm. So I'm going to roll it out with a rolling pin to about half a centimetre, 5 millimetres. So I've rolled it out, put it on a baking sheet, and it's going to go in the fridge for an hour to firm up. I may have rolled my mixture slightly too thin, but I'll be aware of that when I cook, and cook for maybe a little bit less. So that's going to go in the fridge for an hour to firm up, and I've just got minimal washing up to do. That's cool, isn't it? So it's been just over an hour and I've got the dough out of the fridge. I'm keeping it on the one layer of parchment paper to cut on. We'll see if that helps with not having to flour a surface. And I've reused the top layer on my baking sheet. I've got my oven heating up to 170, fan 190 if you haven't got a fan oven. I've got a variety of shapes to cut. Well, I say a variety. I've got gingerbread men and some stars. So this gingerbread cutter is just a bog standard gingerbread. My hands are clean, by the way. They're just stained with a bit of ink, but they are clean. Yeah, but then this one, my children used the 3D printer at Christmas and made this gingerbread man cutter, so might do a couple of him as well. So let's have a look and see how we get on. It still feels quite soft, but sorry I knocked you then, but we'll see how we get on. Yeah, I think I rolled my dough out too thinly, and that cutter doesn't cut very well, and it hasn't made the impression on the face. So we'll put him there. Let's try in the middle and press down hard. And I'm going to cut out a smaller star out of the middle to make kind of a window. Well, we will see. Yeah, I've rolled my dough out too thinly, but the recipe itself is certainly very easy. Do a couple of little stars, and then I'm going to come in with my big gingerbread man. Well, actually, he's quite little. There are some bubbles in this, whether that's the bicarb, I don't know. Hopefully they'll disappear when they bake. Yes, it's quite a sticky dough, despite having been in the fridge for quite some time. Do another big start. Yes, the metal cutters are definitely better than the homemade one. The homemade one, in fairness, was made for our Christmas biscuits that we always make that have got cinnamon in them. Now you see this is getting really soft and distorted. I'm going to cut the rest of these out and come back to you in a minute. So I've cut these bad boys out, and where the dough was thicker, actually the homemade cookie cutter did quite a good job. I've still got this dough left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these in the oven. They need 10 to 12 minutes depending on the thickness of your dough and the size of your cutout shapes. I'm going to get these in and we'll have a look at them in 10 minutes. I'm going to perhaps refrigerate the rest of this dough for a little bit before I cut it out again. These have had 9 minutes in the oven and they're just a little bit soft still for my liking. It might be that my oven wasn't up to temperature properly, so I'm going to give them another 2 minutes. So now it is time to decorate the gingerbread men and women and stars. The first lot of gingerbread haven't spread too much. The second lot, I don't know if it's because it was slightly thicker, they seem to have spread a little bit. Ella tells me that what I should have done is cut my shapes out of the dough, refrigerate them before I bake them in the cut out shapes, and that way they don't spread. I don't know. Now, I am not the best at decorating things. I'm going to show you this. Yeah, it isn't very good. This was a cake that I made for one of my children's birthdays. I forget who. It would have been Molly or Ella because it is, you know, a princess cake. Yeah, and it looks like a dog's dinner. It looked dead easy in the book that I used, but I got in a right mess. Yeah, so I'm not holding out much hope for this, but let's see. What I've got here is 50 grams of icing sugar, and I hope you can see. And I've got a bowl of water, and it tells me that I need 1 to 2 tablespoons of water. So I'm just going to put 1 in to start with, because we can always add, but we can't take it away. And sorry if I'm not in shot again. I'm just going to mix this up. And I've put it in a jug because I'm going to pour it into a piping bag. Now to me that looks too runny. and I'm glad that I didn't put 2 in. So I'm going to have to add more icing sugar, which means it's going to be very sweet. So I will come back to you when I've rectified the situation. So I'm happier with the consistency of this now. I did have to add quite a lot of sugar. I don't know how much in terms of weight, but you want it of a pouring consistency, but not too runny because it will run off your biscuits. So I'm going to attempt to make a homemade piping bag because we don't have any at the moment. We used to have some, and I've got a Ziploc bag. What I'm going to do is snip the end off. I'm going to find a piping nozzle if I can, just a plain fine one, and I'm going to start piping. We'll see. This could all end absolutely horribly. This is where it's all going to go horribly wrong and I'm going to get in a mess. So I've set my bag in a jug. I've added the nozzle. I couldn't find a plain one, so it is a very fine star one. I'm pouring this into the bag. Look, see, I'm getting in a mess. It's probably all going to start coming out in the bottom of the jug, but we'll see how we go. You can see why people get those little writing pens, icing pens. I tried to find one, but I couldn't get one. Right, what's the betting? It's all come out the bottom. Oh, it hasn't, but I've lost my piping nozzle. Right. Hang fire. I'm getting in a mess. I'm sticky. Oh, right. Yeah, look, rubbish, absolutely rubbish. Right, I've lost the nozzle and I'm getting in a mess. I'm going to do face, look, getting in a mess. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. A one-eyed gingerbread man. Let's put some dots on for buttons. See, this is too runny to me. Oh, no. Let's just do random little dots. See, I'm just not very good at decorating anything. One-eyed alien gingerbread men, that's what they're going to be, because my icing is too runny. What I might do is let that firm up a bit and have a go at the others. So I'll come back in about 15 minutes. Yes, I think it is fair to say that biscuit decorating is not my forte. Ella and I have had a taste test though, and these biscuits do taste absolutely gorgeous. Yes, but I couldn't even do the drizzling thing with a spoon. I just had to get rid of the homemade piping bag. Found a little tiny bit of ready-made icing in the cupboard and managed to do daddy, mummy and 2 children. And in fact, actually, the homemade cookie cutter that the kids did on the 3D printer at Christmas, he looks a little bit demonic, but they've turned out quite well actually. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, I will leave biscuit and cake decorating to those that are good at it and stick to what I'm good at, which is cutting up bits of card. As you can see, I got in a right mess there, didn't I? I am not the cake decorator or biscuit decorator in this house. I can bake, I can make a cake, I can make biscuits, and I have to say that the recipe was very, very easy and would be great to do with children. this is the extent of my decorating. So I've got Daddy, Mummy and 2 children, and yes, they might not look the best, but they taste really nice. Ella is the decorator in our house, and I'll insert a couple of photographs of a gingerbread house that she made at Christmas. She followed Mary Berry's instructions and she created all of her own templates, and yeah, I'll put these photos up and see what you think. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Ella's gingerbread house making skills? I'd love to know what you think. I'm just going to move these out of the way. They're very tempting. I might have to eat one in a minute. Last week I did a little hidden giveaway for these tags that I made, and I've just put a bit of black ribbon on the ones that I hadn't finished. I talked about these in last week's video, and I said that if you commented what your favourite part of Christmas dinner was, I would send these out to you. So I had 15 people comment what their favourite part of Christmas dinner was. So iPad is not very well. I'm just going to very quickly see if we can do a number generator, random number generator. So I've got 1 to 15, and these are the people that commented. So I've got Dawn Gardner, Thelma Hall, Mindy Slice of Life, Denise Garcia, Zimchick 66, Janet K, Anne Lane, Laura Eccleston Siebel, Cindy N, Andrea Turner, Margaret Flaxman, Jem Jem, Kath S and Marguerite Peden and Pat Wagoner. So good luck everybody. Let's generate. And the winner is number 6, who is Janet K. So I'll get those in the post to you. It'll be Monday. And Christine's cards and things, if you happen to be watching, I am entering your challenge, your 400 subscriber thank you challenge, and I will send your winnings along with that just to save on postage. And the sun is coming out. Hold on a moment. It's a shame to shut the sun out, but yeah, it just makes filming impossible where I've got everything set up. Can't believe it's week 3 of this collaboration. I will leave a link to all the other ladies down below, so go and check out what they have done for their 3D project. I did try to link my gingerbread people together. I wanted to do kind of like a little square of 4 little gingerbread men, but no, the icing wasn't strong enough, and then the little bit of writing icing that I had got left was no good. So I can't wait to see what other people have made. But in the spirit of this being you know, paper crafting, I have made a little card, and if you would like to win this card, again I will post it anywhere. I would like you to comment, what is your favourite Christmas song or Christmas carol? So I took gingerbread cookie cutter and I drew round it on some brown paper that I've got and a piece of craft card, stuck the 2 together, used a little bit of paper that I'd got, some start paper that kind of coordinated. Look, and I can't get this out. Come on, out you come. Why won't you come out? There we go. And I've made this little card. It is, well, the envelope is for a 3.5 by 5 inch card. So it's 3.5 by 5 inches. And I've made a little gingerbread man, and he's got googly eyes on him, and a little hat and scarf that I've coloured, and just a little black border. So just a very simple card, but I did make the envelope out of this lovely star paper that I've had in my stash for a long time from Crafter's Companion. Really like that. So yes, go and check out the other lovely ladies, and we'll be back. Well, I'll be back tomorrow doing the draw for my Glad to Be Alive challenge. So that's going to be really exciting. So make sure you pop in for that. 3 prizes I will be giving. Go and check out the other lovely ladies. Next week, I think I might be all right on this collaboration. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but yeah, I might be all right. So take care, everybody. I hope you have a lovely weekend. We're having a barbecue tomorrow. I've got some friends coming around and my mum and dad coming around, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I will see you soon. Bye now.